What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I've done a video regarding the Renegade because my ex-wife got it in the divorce, but the car's still registered in my name. My birthday was just 2 days ago, and the tags are getting ready to expire, and this thing has a check engine light for an EVAP leak. So I'm going to show you how to find where the EVAP leak is. I've already pulled the entire bottom cover off of the car, checking the EVAP line going up to the engine. I'm pulling the rear seat right now, so I'm gonna flip it around and show you what to do. So to remove the rear seat, you have two Torx bits, bolts, one right there, one right there. They are a T40, if I can get it to focus on that. Anyway, it's a T40. There's the bolt. And then there's clips in the front of the seat. So you just pull right here in the dead center of the seat, pull up on both sides. And now the seat should come out after I get it off the seat belts. So I'm gonna continue working this seat out, and I'll pick back up after I get the seat out. All right, so if you ever wanna mess with your fuel filter or your fuel pump is located underneath the back seat, right here, behind the driver's seat. And it's held in with 3 Torx bit bolts. And this is a shit, I ain't got my glasses on. That is a T20. So 3 T20 screws hold that in. All right, everybody. So now I've got the rear passenger side wheel removed. I've got the wheel liner removed. There's your filler tank or filler neck. And then here's the filler neck coming into the car, going down into the tank. And then that's your EVAP tank. And typically what fails is this unit right here. This car has a 0455 and a 0456 as permanent codes. So this has to be fixed. Once it's set as a permanent code, it has to pass 3 test cycles before it'll clear the code. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the EVAP canister and just check to see if there's any leaks on the canister itself. And then if not, I'm gonna remove this solenoid valve right here and see if the O-ring's bad. All right, guys, so I've got the EVAP canister removed. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this hose off of here. I'll pause it. I'm gonna pull that hose off, and then I'm gonna show you how to remove this. What it is there's a clip right here. Push up on that clip and rotate clockwise. So you gotta rotate it this way. I rotated it the wrong way the first time, and it doesn't come off that way. It'll rotate the other way, but you can't pull up on it. So when you rotate it clockwise, and it'll get to a stopping point, and then you just pull up and it comes off. All right, guys, so like I said, in order to take this valve off, disconnect that hose, put a screwdriver in there to pry up on the tab, and then rotate it clockwise, get to a stopping point, and then it comes right up. And what I've seen from multiple posts on threads online is that this O-ring is what leaks, and it looks like this O-ring is actually flattened out right now, and you can see some of the black from the solenoid valve is actually stuck to the O-ring. So I'm going to replace this O-ring, put it back together, and see if that fixes it. If not, then I'll order a new solenoid valve and replace the whole solenoid valve. So in order to remove these 2 hoses, you have to push in on that white part and then push in right here and pull back, and the hoses come off. The tank's held in with 3 10mm nuts. There's 1 up here and 2 right here. All right, guys, so I'm back working on the freaking Renegade still. I did a smoke test on this thing, and I was seeing smoke coming out of the wheel well down here. So I assumed that it was the solenoid valve that I was discussing earlier in the video. Freaking replaced it. Car drove fine for 2 days, 2.5 days. And she called me and said that the check engine light came on this morning. So I'm back checking it out again. I've got a smoke machine hooked up to it again. And now looks like it's leaking through the, somewhere around the filler neck. Maybe, I don't know. Because this thing's, I'm gonna flip this around and show you. This is really weird. I don't understand Fiat or Dodges, whoever designed this thing, Jeep or Fiat or Chrysler, whoever. I don't understand their line of thinking on why they ran these hoses the way they did. But I'm gonna show you here, hold on. So I have inspected the system all the way from the engine all the way to back here. So you can see I've got my little homemade smoke machine hooked up right here. This is the main line coming from the engine. I tested all the way from the engine back to here, no leaks. Pump it into here, no leaks out of this system anymore. I don't even know if that's where it was leaking, because I never pulled the wheel liner when it was smoking before. I just knew that smoke was coming back here, so I assumed it was that. So I went ahead and replaced the O-ring on there, and it doesn't appear to be leaking there, but I've got smoke coming out like right here. And you've got the filler neck right there, and then you've got these two hoses. So this is I don't know where this hose goes. I think it's the one, this is the hose that goes to the gas tank. So this hose goes through here, right through here, and into here. And then you've got your vent line, or your, I don't know, the flip over prevention or whatever. That's what this line is for, or anti-siphon line. I don't know what the hell it's called, but that goes up to here, and they both run through here. Well, there's no access to these hoses once they go inside of here at all. They're actually inside the body of the car. So I opened up here, they're running right here, but there's no way to access that part. There's zero way to get to those hoses right here. So I climbed underneath the car, and there's nothing there underneath. So I popped this out to see where they go. And you can look down in there and see that there's no access to those tubes. So there's zero access to those tubes. So if they're leaking inside of there, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. That really doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, that's my gripe. I'm getting ready to continue trying to find this leak and see what I can come up with. All right, guys, it is still leaking from right here, so I'm not gonna have a choice. You can see the smoke coming out right now. It was really thick when I had it running, but it's coming out of right here. So I'm not gonna have a choice. I'm gonna have to replace it. But anyway, that's the update. You can still see the smoke coming out. So for those of you that aren't familiar with how to make a homemade smoke machine, this is how I made mine. And there's plenty of videos on YouTube showing how to make this, but this is the way that I made mine. And it's just kind of a hodgepodge of everything that I found across the internet years and years ago. But just have basically some clear tubing. I got some 1/4-inch airline fittings, male ends. I don't want to pull the hose off. You can see it better in that one. So it's just an airline fitting for like a compressor or the end of the air gun. And it's just screwed into the side of this. This is a toilet flange with just a threaded end cap on it. And then I use a plug for the top of it. Drilled a hole in each side. And I've got a 1/4-20 bolt, 1 inch long with a nut. And then I've just got a set of, this is off of a battery tender that no longer worked. So I just cut the positive and negative wires off and looped them up to here and here. And then this is a tiki torch wick. And then this is stainless steel, and it has to be stainless steel welding wire. I tried all different kinds of welding wire, and stainless steel is the only one that works. All the rest of them will actually melt and weld to the freaking tiki torch as soon as you hook power to it. The stainless steel, when you hook it up to a 12-volt battery, and you got to get enough wraps on there to where you get your resistance pretty good. I don't honestly remember what my resistance is on this, but I'll measure it and tell you. I'll type it in over top of this video. But basically, you just want to wrap the stainless steel around the tiki torch and get your resistance here. You'll measure from here to here, and you'll measure your resistance, and that'll tell you if you've got enough. Like I said, I don't remember what my resistance is, but I'm going to measure it, and I'll type it over top of the video. That's basically it. And then you fill it up with mineral spirits or mineral oil, or like baby oil. So I just got a bottle of baby oil, Johnson & Johnson baby oil, and put it in there, and it works great. And you just make sure that you use the good PVC gluant, because I tried to do it with the cheap regular glue, and it melted too quick, because this gets really hot. And then I use a little handheld air pump that I don't remember where I got it from, but I run it into the one tube, and that way I'm pumping air into here. This will fill up with smoke, and it comes out this tube and goes wherever I'm hooking it up to. In this instance, I've got it hooked up to the EVAP canister, and I'm gonna show how this is leaking out of up here somewhere. I wanna narrow it down, so I've actually got that tube disconnected so I can see if it's coming out of here or if it's coming out from around the base of it. And we'll see what happens. Oh, fuck. Damn it. I forgot to plug one of the holes. All right, guys, so apparently the solenoid that I was pointing to on the EVAP canister is actually the leak detection pump. And that is what's actually failed on the system. And I ordered a replacement one from Amazon for $27. It'll be here tomorrow. And once I install it on the car, I'll post, or I'll do an update to this video just to show that it's fixed. But yeah, leak detection pump. I don't know if I'll put a link to the Amazon part in the description, just because I might, I don't know. I'm not affiliated with anybody on Amazon. I don't want to push somebody's store that I don't know. So, but if you just search leak detection pump for Renegade, whatever year your car is, you'll find it. All right, so I was able to replace the leak detection pump on the Renegade last night. My ex-wife's supposed to be driving the car all day today. Gonna bring it back later this evening to see if the permanent codes are gone. So we'll see what happens. But in order to replace the leak detection pump, it was pretty easy. All I had to do was pull the rear wheel off, rear passenger side wheel off, and then take two 10mm nuts out and 3 Phillips head screws, and you can pull the back half of the wheel liner out. You don't have to pull the whole wheel liner out, but you can pull those 3 Phillips heads. There's 2 inside the wheel well and then 1 underneath the back bumper, and then there's 2 10mm plastic nuts, 1 right in front of you on the left hand side, and then 1 right next to the shock on the left hand side. Take those off and you can pull the cover out. You get straight access to the leak detection pump. Pull the hose off, pull up on that clip, turn it clockwise and pull it out. Disconnect your electrical connector, pop a new one in there with a new O-ring. Took me a matter of 15 to 20 minutes to change it out, and that was with taking the tire off, taking the wheel well loose, switching it out, putting all of it back together. I think from beginning to end it was like 20 minutes. So it's not a horrible job, and once I see that this has corrected the problem, I'll close out the video once I know that I have proof that it's fixed the problem. All right, everybody, so I just got a message from my ex-wife, and she told me that the car passed emissions test today. So that did indeed fix the P0455 and P0456. 455 is a small leak, 456 is a gross leak, which just means a big leak. So replace the leak detection pump, everything worked good. Now, there are some other components that can fail on the EVAP system, but the most common thing that I've come across on all my searches on the internet and all of my research that I've done as far as what's associated with this Renegade is the leak detection pump is the #1 culprit for an EVAP leak. That, and then the #2 culprit is the filler neck, because the filler neck sometimes breaks. But the filler neck breaking is not as common as the leak detection pump failing. So I hope this helps the Jeep Renegade community. It's a pretty simple fix. So like always, if you guys like what you saw, if it helped you in any way, please like, comment, share, subscribe, let your friends see what I'm doing. And my next video, I actually have an update on the Veloster. I'm going to have an update on the Lexus. I'm hoping to have the Lexus started today. We're really close. So hoping to get that thing fired off today. And then I'm going to start pulling the engine on my 94 Impala SS. So got a couple videos in the works here in the next couple weeks. A lot of different project updates. So hopefully you guys will tune in and check all that stuff out. But like always, thanks for tuning in and have a great one. I'll see you in the next video.